and it was, hey, I got a vintage Battle Cat. Do you make saddles? And he was also like the helmet that I made for Panther at one time. So I told him no. Sadly, I don't make saddles, but I have an idea for him to not leave him hanging. So that is what this video is about today. So let me go ahead and try to find my YouTube icon on my phone. There it is. So I can look at your guys' chat as it comes in. What the heck? I wonder why the picture didn't show up right. Oh well. Okay, let's go ahead and check the audio, and then I will continue on. There we go. All right, so vintage Battle Cat. Now, vintage Battle Cat's pretty cool because, as you guys know, he was hey, Delaxorian. Thank you. As you guys know, he was originally a big gym cat, and so the date usually on his foot is like the 70s or something. So I can find the date on here without, like, I gotta have to hold the light at a weird angle. Well, this says 1983. But anyway, I have one that says like 70 something on it. I'm not sure why the dates are different on different ones. But anyway, you know what? I'm going to find that Battle Cat before we jump in any further, because that is going to bother me forever. Hey, Mike Fee, thanks for joining us. Hey, Imperial, thanks for joining us. Okay, where is my box? Ooh, I got too many figures. You know, I was just telling my wife the other day, I said it is time to purge. And I'll be having a large sale soon when I purge my figures and get rid of some of these extras. All right, Battle Cat. All right, Battle Cat. Okay. I wish I had my better phone hooked up, but I do not. So we'll have to do some looking at this on our own without the better phone. Let me readjust that again and again and again. And we'll hold the light at an angle so we can see the date on here, and we'll zoom right in. I think it says, yep, 1975. There we go. So you can see different ones or different dates depending. And that was the original Big Jim release of the Battle Cat figure. It was 1975. So it's kind of cool that they actually used the Big Jim. And it was a tiger, and it was also a Tarzan Panther that they had too. So not Panther, but Panther, I guess. So I'm so used to saying it the He-Man way. Oh, all right, let's get back to business. Let's get back to business and defeat the Huns. Okay, that's enough singing. So you got yourself a vintage Battle Cat. Yes, you can use him as a cringer or whatever, but you know, we really want to ride into battle with our He-Man, and we need a saddle. And so now we got to figure out some way to make this thing work for a saddle. And what I found, which is so cool, if you go and grab yourself one of these, the new Origins Battle Cat. Yes, it's bigger than our Battle Cat we had in the past, but it is very comparable on sizing. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the saddle and the helmet for this Battle Cat so you can see how they fit. And it's funny is sometimes you get these pretty cheap. I went and bought a bunch of these when they were on sale. I think it was Target, that had it on sale, or Walmart or somebody. And so I grabbed a bunch so I could do a lot of customizations on them. But anyway, I already have one out of the package, out of the box. There we go. And so we're going to strip him down and put him onto our vintage. Now, one thing you can do, if you decide you don't want to just go straight vintage, you could just use this Battle Cat here as your cat for your vintage figures, because your vintage figures fit great on here as well. So if you wanted to, you could just use your vintage figures with a more articulated cat. But then again, if you were to go vintage anyway, you could just, basically change out everything and go Origins all the way. But anyway, let's get back to putting the saddle on him. So you can see it's a little bit big on him, but with the right squishing and stuff, it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and squish this around town. It is like he's wearing his big brother's shirt or something. His brother used to play football, and now he has his old jersey on. Almost there. Now, I set it one away from the last hole, so it fits a lot tighter. You can see how much higher it goes up on there. But it's not bad. It's not too bad of a fit. It's on there pretty good now that I've cinched it down. And look at that. Back in the saddle again. Now, the bad part is the helmet is a little bit big on him. But it's not horrible. It's not a deal breaker. So you can see the helmet. It does kind of go way back over the top of the saddle in the back. But if you didn't know how it's supposed to look, I think that's how the Origins one actually has it anyway. So there's more protection right there on the back. So you can go with that Origins. Oh, I'm gonna break my. This is my last vintage He-Man right here. This is it. If he breaks, I will no longer have a good vintage He-Man. He's the one I keep in the case all the time. I hear him keep dumping him over and over again. But it fits really nice on there. I mean, zoop, look at that. Click-a-tat. All right. So that is a good fix to use if you want the vintage look of the cat. Now you may ask yourself, why do I want a vintage cat when I have this fully cool articulated one? Well, let me tell you. First of all, look at this sculpt. This sculpt is amazing. Look at the muscles on that cat. When they sculpted this, I'm not sure who did it for Big Jim. Excuse me. But they did a really cool job on this cat. And look at the way he's getting ready to pounce, too. He has one leg back, one leg forward. These legs are positioned well to keep him from wobbling too much. Now, he does wobble a little bit because this board is not very stable. But the way they position these legs, I mean, it's just for a perfect stable position. I mean, look at that. Womp, womp, womp. It's like those Weebles when you're a kid. Weebles wobble and don't fall down. Or if you go to classics, not classics, if you go to Origins and you try to imitate the same leg movement, let's first put this foot forward. Put that elbow doesn't bend backwards far enough. His foot's going up now. Bend this one like that. That one works. But this one, because there's no ankle articulation, you can't get in this pose like he's getting ready to pounce. In the back leg, you have to put it way back, and since you really can't get it that way, and this one goes forward like that, but it's not squatty enough. So it's just, you just can't. You can't get the same cool pose that you can get out of the original 80s cat, the ready to pounce look. I mean, you can kind of get close, I guess. I guess that's close. Anyway. Weird to see the vintage, no articulation. Yeah, but you got to admit, the way they sculpted this vintage cat was pretty cool. I've always been impressed. Yeah, and like I said, if you're just missing your saddle, you can grab one of these, rip the saddle off him. It will probably cost you less money to grab an Origins and use the saddle than it would to try to go find a vintage saddle. But if you really want to go all vintage, you can do that too. So let's talk about another issue. Let's say you have most of the stuff, but for some reason your belt is missing from your saddle, which was my case. I had the helmet, which you can see is a lot smaller than this one. Quite a bit smaller. You can see how it fits on his head. It has this little tab right here to hook into the armor. So I actually took the armor from the Origins. Now it's the wrong color, but it works nice. And so if you're just missing the armor strap, you can just grab the Origin strap. Now, granted, I probably could have put a light wash of burgundy on it, and it would have worked just fine. You got the same problem. You got to stretch it way over. There we go. And it works great for replacement strap for your vintage Battle Cat. So that's why I can have my original vintage Battle Cat, my original vintage He-Man, just because the strap is long gone, and still have it work. And I have no clue what happened to that strap originally. Oh, threw it away in 1996? Joe, that is awful. Why does his mask have eyes? So he can see. Yeah, this was kind of a deal with the Filmation with the yellow eyes. Now, it is kind of weird they actually put pupils in the eyes instead of just lit up yellow. But it's supposed to be that you see his eyes through the helmet. And they did it also on this one here, too. So it's supposed to be that they're inset and you could see them. And I think it's because if they were to make this, I bet you that if they were to drill these out, I'm guessing the eyes probably wouldn't line up. That's my guess. Is if you were to actually take and try to drill those holes out, they probably would not line up. Yep, they could have easily just popped the holes, especially with the new one. They could have really made sure it lined up. What's strange is the actual cat head is almost the exact shape as the vintage one. I think it's crazy when you compare them side by side. They did a really good job copying the actual sculpt down to the ears and the top of the head. And what's cool about that, here, check this out. Of course, it's a lot shorter, but check this. So because the sculpt is so close, that if I grab my vintage Panzer, now of course he has the foam on his head, or fuzz on his head, so I hate doing this, but the helmet actually fits on there, the one that I created. It's that close. Now it does hang over the sides a little bit right here, but you can see that is not too shabby. I mean, it hooks on there pretty nice. Now, I would never leave this on there because I use poster putty to connect it. I don't want to get poster putty on his nice fuzzy fur. But if somebody was like, yeah, I really want to get your helmet for my vintage cat. He's not in the best shape anyway. I'll just stick it on there. I don't care. My helmets do work with the vintage one. Nice. Thanks, Juan Soto, for the heads up. All right. Well, that is all that I have. I think that's it. Looks like we are the same usual people online, but if for some reason you have not seen my Battle Armor He-Man video, please go check it out. I think it's pretty cool. It's a mixture of Origins and Vintage into one figure. So we get the big, large barrel chest and the old original head. Ho, 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 ho. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Oh, I hate that. Every time you drop him, he always does the battle armor thing. It's like, hey, oh. So if he ever fell over when you're getting ready to do battle against Skeletor, and he just happens to fall on his own, think, oh, that time I didn't do it. Sure, prove me wrong, He-Man. Prove me wrong. All right, let's go ahead and, oh, and in case you want to have the Shana, if you get the 2-pack that has the Battle Damage Battle Cat and Battle Armor He-Man, then you get the shiny armor with that. So in case you want to go shiny, you can get the Battle Damage Battle Cat. I have one down here. There we go. And basically he's got little blood spots on him and scratches. Looks like a Jurassic Park kind of thing, where they did that with the dinosaurs. And you also get the shiny He-Man. Where is my shiny He-Man? There he is. That's funny. He looks shinier than I expected. Look at the back. The back is actually shinier than the front. I wonder if it's from me touching it so much that it's worn off. Now, I actually changed that as parts so it doesn't have any blood scrapes, so I get a nice shiny armor. But there we go. I actually like the the matte armor better than the shiny armor. I thought I would like the shiny armor better, but after I had it on the cat for a while, I'm like, you know what? I like the matte armor better anyway. Pop Actor says, I love the shiny armor. What are you talking about, bro? I thought I did it first, but I don't know. After I was looking at the figure on there, it's like, I know it's kind of cool, so it looks like it could possibly be metal, but this is supposed to be leather, not metal. And this has some shiny spots. If you take a look, they've actually put shine on these little bumps right here. So it's kind of funny how they just shined up a couple things. If you want, you just put the helmet and make it shiny. It's like it's been shinerized. Now, let's get this helmet on there. Put on your helmet, cat. I don't know why. It's so much harder to get the helmet on him than it was even the vintage cat just a second ago. To get it to line up just right. Let's see. Too bad they didn't make a shiny Skeletor one. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do a battle pack. There's supposed to be a whole entire series of battle packs that were released, and we only got one. So I was really surprised we didn't get more, because the way they put them, it sounded like we were supposed to get a bunch of different battle packs. Why do I have that one on there? I want this one on there. Ho! All right. That is enough fun for today. Let's see. Collecting Classics says the matte armor paints nicely. Yeah. Mattel was probably laughing at in the blood paint. Easy cash. But they did also make us a shiny battle armor too. So they did give us something that was kind of cool besides just the blood on the cat and the shiny armor. They gave us shiny armor for him too. So this one I do keep, even though it's got the small barrel. Oh, someone asked me, why don't I do the Skeletor? The Skeletor. Let's see if I got my battle armor Skeletor somewhere. You know what? I must have put him in my pile of figures that I'm keeping because I don't see him in the sell file pile. Okay, there's one pile of keep figures. I used to have a chair I could move easier around in here, but now I got a little wooden chair with a cloth bottom on it. He's not in there either. Where did I stick that Skeletor? Oh well, regardless of where he's at, I'll find him later in my pile of stuff. Even though the battle armor Skeletor is the same size barrel, he still has some armor things around that still set off the size of the armor, so it's not so weird looking. But this here just looks bizarre with all this smooth right here and the small little barrel in the middle. It just looks like something's missing, you know? What's missing? Let's see, if you have Battle Cat without the band on the bottom, you could use those DC Monster Saddle bands as replacement. You could. In fact, that's what I had there originally. I actually had one of the monster bands on there from the Joker's saddle for a long time, but it was a lot thinner this way, so it didn't quite have the same aesthetic look as the thick band, and it wrapped around pretty far too. All right, well, with that, good journey, you guys. Oh wait, Pop Actor said I bought an extra Battle Cat to paint like Duplicat. Nice. I wish Mattel would release the standard version of Duplicat. That would be cool. Oh, Moto Walmart Canada. Sounds like it's gone, huh? All right. Well, that is it, you guys. Good journey. See you guys next video. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and that's it. Bye now.